Alright guys, welcome back to Heatbeat Garage. So been out here in the garage for a little bit, just kind of messing around with some things. Got the red Jeep pulled up in here. If y'all saw from the last video, we went ahead and did a power steering pump and all that. Still ain't got the serpentine belt for this thing. Had some things come up with work. It was kind of long. But while I was in here, I also noticed a couple of things that I wanted to fix. One of those being that my alternator was actually kind of kicked in a little bit, like not straight in line. It was just kind of moved over. So that's one of the things we went ahead and kind of fixed. I put 2 extra washers on this side of the bracket, kind of bring it out, and it's not perfect, but it's a little bit more straighter than what it was. And also the bottom, I got a bottom bolt that goes into the block, and then this one there's one that comes right off here, off the power steering pump bracket, that ties in the top half of the alternator, and those two were a little loose, so I went ahead and tightened them up. But also another thing I've been fighting is sway bar and link bushings. Hold on, let me turn this light on for y'all so y'all can see. All right, sway bar bushings are absolutely wasted in this thing. I had some drop brackets in here from another Jeep that I had, but that's honestly probably not the best setup. This side, driver's side, is a lot worse. Actually, it completely bent the bolt there, if y'all can see that in my finger. So to kind of fix those issues, I went ahead and ordered these from Rough Country. These are 6-inch sway bar end links. Come with the links, so you get rid of those top hat bushings on top, the ones I hate because they always just wear out. Unless you get some polyurethane ones. Polyurethane ones are pretty good. Comes with the brackets on top and all the hardware that you need to put them things in. It's essentially you use like one of these smaller bolts to go through here on this top, and then that's your bolt for the top of your sway bar, instead of you using a bushing. The bushing's in the side to side. So take this, throw your bracket on like so, then go ahead and put your grade 8 bolt through there, and that thing's locked down. And then obviously this side will go to your axle. So it's probably one of the things we're going to be tackling just while I'm in here. Just kind of helps the overall ride of everything. It does have a little bit of sway, especially in the rear, because I gotta get some new spring bushings in the rear. The rear ones are blown out on this. I found that out the other day while I was looking at it from afar. So that's probably one of the things we're gonna tackle here in the future. But as for right now, we're gonna go ahead and tackle these sway bar end links. If y'all wanna pick this up, this is actually a pretty cheap part to pick up. I think it was like 30 bucks or something. So fairly inexpensive to get into. I had this on another Jeep that I had, and it helped a lot from the factory sway bar bushings that were in there and stuff. Like I said, unless you're going polyurethane. If you go polyurethane bushings, you probably won't have a problem with this. But when you get this big a lift, you kind of want a custom sway bar end link, not something factory. The drop brackets work good. It's just I don't know. I don't like the idea of having 2 bolting points on your sway bar to come loose on you. When I get this thing pulled off, I'll actually show y'all what I'm talking about there as far as like 2 different bolting points. But yeah, I'm gonna set y'all up and we'll get to it. All right, so here's what I'm kind of talking about when I talk about these brackets, when they be in their 2 points. So obviously with these drop brackets, they're slotted in here. So if these bolts ever come loose, this bracket has the ability to slide forward and back at its own free will. And also the sway bar mount has the same exact slotted holes, so it can slide forward and back at will. So if you haven't checked these in a while, or you're having a whole bunch of sway bar end link issues, that might actually be your problem. Also, it's just a really big pain to go ahead and do that, because as y'all saw, I had to get in there with the wrench and stuff, whereas before you could go ahead and slam on your impact And there's actually bolts, or there's actually holes on the bottom side of the frame here. There you go. You can probably see where it was factory. On each side, that is a way better mounting source than those little brackets in my personal opinion. Like I said, I've had a couple of these on the Jeeps before, and like I said, what happens is they'll just, as you drive it, you know what I'm saying, you forget to do your nut and bolt check, or it's been a week or so, they actually will come loose over the course of you dipping and diving with the road, and those brackets will slide forward and back. And when that happens, you know, your essentially your sway bar starts contacting your coil spring on the inside there, and it'll just get bent up, kind of like mine is right over there. So we're going to try to eliminate that. I'm going to go ahead and unbolt this. Probably should have got sway bar bushings now looking at these, because they're, you know, they're loose. But, you know, that's something I can order in the future. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing unbolted, and then go ahead and slap on our new sway bar end links and get this thing all mounted up. Miles of driving. Yeah, just look at that thing. Absolutely destroyed. Front. Like, this one's so bad it's done come over the washer here. Like, look at that. That's bad. Like, completely. This one's bent. This one was the one on the driver's side, so it's hella bent. But, like, look at that. These are supposed to be straight. Like, so I'm gonna go ahead and set these things up. Go ahead and get the grade A bolts and the brackets and everything, so that way we are pretty much ready to rock, so we can slide it all in at once and be good. All right, so you're gonna have 4 bushings. This one's already in the sway bar. Just go ahead and dip it in a little bit of grease like I've already done here. Snatch it in your vise like so, and just go ahead and squeeze that thing on down there just like that. That's kind of what it should look like whenever you get done. This one's not perfect, but they don't need to be, because you're going to tighten up the brackets and stuff whenever you get them done. And you want to make sure you put these in so that way it don't wear out the bushings faster than if you didn't. I've done that before. I was like, oh, you don't need the sleeves inside of the bushings. It'll tear them up. Use them. You'll thank me later when you don't have to go spend another $30 on some bushings. Go ahead and take your small little bracket, put your washer and your small bolt in there first after you drop the washer, just like that. Go ahead and slide this thing on over. Should have pressed that bushing in a little bit more. I know y'all saw me go ahead and push in this lower sleeve. If y'all have still factory sleeves right here, you won't want to do those sleeves. Looks like I'm missing one on this side, so I can leave one for this side, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get that one out on this side. So I'm going to press one out and leave the other one in because it's missing on this side. And that's just to make sure that, again, the bushing is not contacting the bolt and thus wearing out the bushing. That's why you need those sleeves. So if your Jeep has one still in there, or like it's rusted or seized into the bolt or whatever that's on the axle, then you don't need to put those sleeves in. If you have those, if you don't have those that came off with your old sway bar, then you need to go ahead and press those sleeves into the new ones. Like I said, mine's missing, so I'm gonna press one out, be done. All right. So it should be as simple as swinging this thing into place Go ahead and get your impact gun set up for 15 mil. You're gonna reuse your 2 factory bolts. And go ahead and get ready as much as possible. Oh man. Let's get one started by hand. Hold it in place like that. Come on over here to the other side. Get one started by hand. I'm probably gonna have to pull this back off sometime in the future to do some the actual sway bar bushings. There we go. That one's in there. That's honestly probably about where you want it. This side is the one that doesn't have the sleeve in it. So, I'm gonna go ahead, slide that. Oh, I actually have it backwards. Okay, so this side actually kicks out over here towards the axle. Go ahead and put that into place, just like that. Go ahead and slide this other one in here. Pretty much the same thing. Trick is to do both of them at the same time. Go ahead and slap your washer and your nut on there. Just like that. And this side we're probably gonna have to gently persuade into position. Just because it's got, you know, an old sleeve on it. I'm actually on the old sway bar links, I actually like to use these top bushings. Washers. I'll go ahead, put these things on top, and put my nuts on them. Came in the kit, just like this. And I'll actually do them upside down, just like they are here. So that way when I tighten them down, they actually lock in to the sway bar end link. There we go. That's one. Perfect. Like I said, this side I think I'm gonna have to persuade a little bit more than that side. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait to do that. Looks like I'm gonna have to persuade this one a lot. Throw a little penetrating oil on there, aka some kind of lubricant. Doesn't really matter what. Just something to help it kind of slide over there a little bit easier. I hate it when they do this. So nice and tight. Brand new bushings. Hooah! Yeah, you're just gonna have to persuade it on there. That's what I'm saying. Just enough to get the nut on there to get it started. Once you do that, you're pretty golden. Because you can cinch it down, keep it pushing. I'm just getting it on there just enough where I can go ahead and throw this washer on there, just like that. Sometimes they can be a pain. All right, there we go. All right, now just move this into position, just like that. Tighten that sucker on down. That. Same thing for this side. Probably want to leave these a little loose for your first drive. Just kind of help you out a little bit. Yeah, you want to kind of set them up a little loose, so those brackets and stuff, so that way when they first settle in, they got time to move around and kind of go to the body of the Jeep and then go back through and tighten them up. These top bolts, I think, are 14s. There we go, 14. Wham. Just go ahead, slide on in here, just like that. Tighten these things on up. You know what? I got this electric ratchet right here. It's kind of perfect for this. There we go. Perfect. And probably have to reach through with a flathead screwdriver, kind of stop it from spinning around in there. Either that or a punch. Punch works pretty good. I don't know what you want to do. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and use flathead though. What you wanting to do here is you're wanting to stick this right there in between the nut on the bottom, kind of pry away from it. Then you're gonna tighten that one up too whenever you get done. Then you'll come over to this side. And you'll come on over to this side right here. Pretty much do the same thing. What do I do with that? There it is. Like I said, this one can get challenging because this side's got a lot of tension on it, whereas that side don't. So, so what you can do, take you a nice ratchet strap. Go ahead, take your ratchet strap. Go ahead, come down here to basically anything in front of the axle. And all you're trying to do is just bring that end of the sway bar down to you, so that way you can get the washer on top and go ahead and start that nut. There you go. Just like that. Just try to find something to hook on. Really ain't gonna take all that much pressure. There you go. See that right there? That's what you're looking to do. Just bring it down just enough. Throw your washer on. Looks like I'm gonna have to go a little bit more. There we go. Seems about perfect. Go ahead. Throw your nut on there. Just like that. Now, does an 18 mil fit this thing? No. What about this side? No. Looks to be a 19 and an adjustable. Ooh. There we go. Go ahead, slide your ratchet up in here. And pop your ratchet strap. Let it come up just like that. Wham. All right, that's what they should look like installed. There's a little bit of a gap. These things are probably gonna have to settle in. Like I said, yeah, it's a lot better. A lot better on this side. But yeah. Like I said, those are probably gonna have to settle in a little bit. What I recommend you do is probably drive the Jeep. Take it down the road for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Just probably like a 5-minute drive. Let it kind of settle back in and then come back and do a full tighten of everything. Make sure you take some turns in there and get it up to some pretty good speeds. I've had pretty good luck doing it that way. But yeah, it's a pretty easy install. Like I said, it's a couple bolts, a couple minutes every time. You don't need the device to do this. Like, you could do it on the floor with a hammer, but the device just makes it easier, you know. Well, thank y'all for watching, and I have some more upgrades in the future that we're going to do to this thing. But thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all guys like, subscribe, and comment, and somebody comment down there. Bring Jake back into videos. Saying, needs to hear it from y'all. All right. All right. Well, make sure y'all guys like, subscribe, and comment, and keep on beating it.